The Engineer. You know, out of all the amazing characters in Team Fortress 2, the Engineer is the one you want to keep on your good side. While he may be a soft-spoken, kind, helpful Texan genius inventor, he's still a merciless, cold-blooded contract killer under those goggles who wouldn't think twice about cutting you down if you twist his arm. I mean, that stare is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. And I don't think there's any character whose weapons expresses personality more than our favorite Badlands Builderman. In this final episode of How to Engineer, we'll be going over the different weapons and weapon combos that work best with Engineer. This is an all-rounder and it's perfect for reliable self-defense. Higher short-term survivability, but lower long-term survivability. Much less reliable, but lots of fun. If you're confident in your aim and positioning, it is a near straight upgrade from stock. However, if you're not confident, it is a near straight downgrade. Just why? Yeah, if you really hate spies, I guess, but all the other choices are just so much better. You're going for entirely defensive engineering, and as well some sneaky sentries. If you keep getting dive bombed or caught out of nowhere and you need some quick defense. Just like the shotgun, it is a perfect all-rounder and it's great for softening enemies. Maximum building survivability at the cost of personal survivability. Projectiles keep destroying your nest and your team is not helping. Balance between keeping buildings alive and getting them up quickly when there's a competent team. Offensive engineer when supporting your team is your main goal. Same as the wrench, but great for when spies are being annoying. All speed, but much less building survivability. Great alternative to the gunslinger when you want to run level 3s or 2s instead of a mini. For setting up quickly and keeping your team at the front lines, as well when finding metal is an issue, and some sneaky engineering. Before we book it to weapon combos, Booklified is the premier place to organize your professional life. Booklified's simple to use system allows you to set up meetings, conferences, calls, or anything you need for a group setting with only a few clicks of a button. Whether you need to contact a client for an art piece you're working on, or set up a meeting for your class, Booklified has the tools to give that added professionalism that you need to keep people coming back for more. Click the link in my description to explore Booklified for yourself. Just like any class in TF2, the Engineer's Toolkit is most effectively utilized when combined. There's so many ways you can combine weapons, but there's some that are more powerful than others. Engineer can quickly become a defensive powerhouse with the all too well-known defensive loadout of the Rescue Ranger, Wrangler, and the Jag. This combo allows you to negate the Jag's inferior repair ability with the defensive titan that is the Wrangler, to work as a damage sponge from oncoming enemy gamers, and the Rescue Ranger's speedy aspirin shots to get your buildings to perfect working order in a matter of seconds from any distance. And the Jag itself allows you to negate the Rescue Ranger and Wrangler's lack of self-defensive ability and have a sentry up in only 3.23 seconds, compared to the default 4.46 seconds. That 1.23 second difference may not seem like much, but in practice it can save your life more times than you'd expect. Next up is the Battle Engineer. This can include 3 different shotguns, so we'll split them up into 3 different categories. The I want to help my team win this game loadout. This is the shotgun, pistol, and gunslinger. With this you can focus more on your supportive buildings and less on your sentry gun. As well, you use your shotgun and pistol to protect yourself rather than your server-side aimbot. This loadout is super useful to your team and really helps you feel like a team player. D. You've yeed your last haul loadout. This is quite obvious. It's the same as the last one, except this time you use the Frontier Justice. With this you can become a more supportive engineer who can quickly take care of any pesky scouts or power classes that stand in your team's way with those spicy guaranteed crits. Let's just hope that random bullet spread is on your side. The freshly mowed lawn. Lastly, the Widowmaker will make you an absolute spawn room filler with proper positioning and aim. As long as you can get close and hit all your shots, you can take out an entire enemy team in under a minute. Although this is very hard to utilize effectively, I don't recommend it for all situations. Those 4 loadouts can really change the way you play engineer and your effectiveness with the class, so don't hesitate to experiment and change your playstyle to however you see fit. Now I know I didn't include a bunch of other kinds of loadouts, but those 4 are like the key pillars to engineer loadouts, and then from that I want you to all experiment and branch off of that. Maybe use the Southern Hospitality instead of the Jag or the Stock Wrench, or maybe use the Eureka effect for lots of metal and lots of defensibility, however much less personal survivability, making you pretty much a squishy insect. But I hope you enjoyed this final episode of How to Engie, a year in the making, and I hope to see you in the next video. Adios!
Never run from a sentry gun. Cower in fear to wear his beautiful beard. He's got a